Hi folks, and welcome to another edition of Bluffers to Buffers. I'm Bob.
And I'm Ben, and happy new lockdown, Bobby.
Happy new tier.
Yeah. Oh, dear. Yeah, great. Topical.
Yeah.
So, did you have a good Christmas?
Not really.
No.
Did you?
It was fleeting in its appearance. But I did get some time on the old layout.
There's a surprise.
Yeah. So this episode, I'll put a bit of a running footage in here for us to preamble, have a little chat.
Nice.
It's been so long since we've seen each other. Probably the longest we've been apart for a long time, isn't it?
It is. It was emotional.
I know. I mean, I literally.
I could not sleep last night thinking that, I was back at work tomorrow to see you.
This has turned from a model railway build into some sort of something that we don't want to talk about, really.
Alright, don't retort with something nice. Just
Well, obviously I missed you.
Oh, well, obviously. Anyway, so what have you been up to?
Yeah, getting emotional. Yeah.
So you've done this.
So this is just a little bit of a running session while we reacquaint ourselves with with what's going on. So I've actually achieved a fair bit over the Christmas period, Bob. Not quite what I wanted to achieve. I wanted to get the upper loop in.
Yeah.
But I did nonetheless get a fair bit done. In this particular video, we're going to be looking at the work I've been doing on the gradient, so the transition track that gets you from the lower level to what will be the upper level.
This is new.
Yeah. Father Christmas.
Father Christmas?
Well, if I were to have dressed up as Father Christmas and spent £20 on a new loco, that is what I would have bought myself.
I like them. They're lovely, aren't they?
Yeah. To be fair, that is social media marketing at its finest, because it popped up in my news feed. Kerno Model Centre got this for sale. Buy yours before someone else buys it, or something to that effect. And I was like, they're right. I need to buy that before someone else. And at £20.
Bargain of the century.
Exactly. So anyway, back to the subject in hand. Working on the gradient. This is part of it. As you can see straight away, it's a bit wibbly wobbly. See what I called it there?
The uphill struggle.
See what I've done?
Yeah.
Because it's
uphill.
And it's a struggle. So you can see straight away we've got a problem with that bit of... Alright, come on. I've only had the kids to entertain for the last 2 weeks. They'd have been on the floor with that. You can see there the bit of wood's wibbly wobbly in it, so that's not helping straight away.
Would you want a nice...
It needs to be smooth and consistent. We've got a 1 in 30, I think it is, incline.
In real terms, would that be a realistic thing that...
No, that's far steeper than anything that I think we'd have to deal with. So basically, I'm not going to say what. This is another case of me not researching what I need to talk about before I talk about it. But that's, the gradient is kind of borderline as steep as you can go for a model train to get up. As you'll see, this with 4 coaches on, or 5 coaches on, the Duchess, you can kind of see, look, she's wheel slipping. It struggles. If you had it full whack, you might just get up there. But any more than 5 coaches, it weren't happening. That's just on that first section. Obviously, it's still got to round the corner and go up the next bit. You just see, it's struggling with that.
Yeah, it's almost pulsing.
Yeah, and because it's going uneven, you get the drive shifting from like 2. You can see it's just there where it's going around the back. It was just running out of traction.
Is that still going up?
It's trying. It's wheel slipping really badly.
Oh, right, so there's still a gradient going up.
Yeah. So you see here, it's coming up. This is behind what was the original baseboard. But as you'll see there, just losing traction, and then that's it. That's your lot. Wind it up a bit. It just starts to be bad for it. It's not good for the model.
No, obviously. Fun though.
And the whole point of all of this is the storage yards underneath. You want to be able to bring up. It
needs to run self-sufficient.
Yeah, you want to be able to bring up that loco. If you want Duchess with 6 coaches on or whatever, which is something. If you're pulling into a station, it's nice to have a fair few coaches.
How easy is it to now adjust that gradient?
The gradient's more or less there. It just needs fine-tuning where the timber is warped, and you'll see one of the methods I've used in this video. But it's not applicable for all locos. So this is the 9F, the Bachmann 9F, which is a good heavy model.
It's Gary.
This is Gary, yeah. terribly out of focus, soft focus, because there's the emotion.
Dreamy.
Yes, exactly. And this is Gary. He's going 6. He's having it.
He's having it. Strong like Gary.
But the problem with the Duchess, and also the same with the A4s and a lot of these newer models, they're light. And because they've got no weight in them, sounds silly, but they really struggle to get up the hill.
Because it's wheel spin more
because it's not being pulled or pushed down onto the track via gravity. If you've got speed, you can get momentum and just about get them up there.
Can you not put some wheel weights or something in there?
Well, in a minute, I will let you, once we've sorted out...
I'll keep doing this, don't I? Ruin it.
But,
Sorry.
Once we've sorted out the wibbly wobbliness,
mind,
isn't it? Your mind is mechanical, isn't it? I see you winding it up every morning. Clockwork Bobby. 950 struggle a bit though.
Yeah.
Well, it's done it though, and that's an extra coach compared to the Duchess. You can see it's...
Yeah.
But it's going to do it. And to be fair, it wasn't on a very high speed setting either. It was on the plod. Diesels love it. Get up there.
Really?
Yeah.
They genuinely act completely differently.
Yeah, it's got more driven wheels and it's heavier.
Right.
It's all about that weight thing. Pressing it down onto the track. Same as with your car, isn't it? If you've got a...
I still miss Bugger Dog, I'm going to say.
Well, we all miss him.
I'm not sure if I can ever forgive you.
Well, it's not my fault.
Whose is it then?
We ran away. See that? And just whatever.
Just lunches it out there, no probs.
So...
well, in real life, that'd be guffy, wouldn't it?
Yes. Yes, it would.
Belching it.
But she's loving it. Get up there. If that 45, because that's bigger and heavier than that, would probably give me 8. Go on, I'll take 8 up there. Loving it.
This is almost like real life progress is. Yeah. Some may say better.
Yeah, well, you could argue that. So first and foremost, Bobby, I'm going to fetch this bit out, this wibbly wobbly bit out. And as with all of this, I've only pinned it in rather than glued it because I knew there was going to be adjustments along the way to make these things work properly. And the upper boards are removable still because I know I'm going to have to access things and change them around, and it's all part of the process. So what I'm doing here is kind of...
Is that like a straight edge?
I bought a couple of lengths of alloy L section.
Right, okay.
Again, from Car Builder Solutions, so it's the sort of thing you might mount a battery and see how wibbly wobbly that is?
It is wibbly wobbly.
It's ply. Ply does go wibbly wobbly, but using
I feel like we should go into like a Will Smith song.
What? Wibbly wobbly?
Yeah, it's not a Will Smith song, but it's got that. Whatever, crack on.
I'm lost with what you're saying.
I can't remember the song, so I don't know.
Jelly on a Plate by Anne Man at Child's Party.
Sorry.
Yeah, so this is alloy angle, light, and because it's a section like that, it stays straight.
Yeah. Are you going to glue it in?
So I'm gluing this bit just to show that there's a couple of different ways of doing it. But that's literally the expanding Carpenters Make wood glue. The other bonus of using, just to interject the alloy as well, it's strong but light. So whilst you could brace it with ply, a bit of ply each side on the vertical rather than horizontal, it's then getting really, really heavy. So my plan is with the bridges, Steve's designed for us to go across the track on the upper level, I'm going to use this as the strengthening, so you haven't got to run timber battens underneath. Right, so keep it light. Okay. It's quite shallow, so it's only 15 mil I think in depth.
That would be really strong as well.
So it's 15 mil in depth, so only just a bit bigger than the timber itself. And for a bridge, you can hide that and make it look like girder, RSJ or whatever. So actually I think this was kind of a test to see if that was going to work, and because this is unseen relatively. And
can you feel it once it's clamped? You can feel it straightening out fairly quickly.
As you'll see in as you'll see in a bit, the I'll do a down the thingy. You can see how much straighter it is. So lots of clamps, obviously, to make the glue work. Leave it clamped for a long time, and see.
Nice.
That is a one straighter bit of wood. So this is another section of the gradient. It was a cut. So what I'm going to do is, to keep that continuity of a straight line, I'm going to link these 3 timber bits together.
Yeah.
What I'm going to use is a countersunk set screw with a nut underneath, so it'll sit nice and flush. You
separate them at a later date.
If I need to separate them, I can, but it will sit nice and flush again. So if you were doing it the other way around with the L section underneath, the screws could be flush, so it's not going to affect any scenic work that you're doing on top. Very little M4s, nothing nothing major. And yeah, actually what I did in the end was do it underneath it, so. And it's being soft aluminium, it's easy enough to drill.
Nice.
I mean, if I can do it, anyone can. It's basically what I'm trying to say. But it's looking at what's around you, what you know, as an alternative to what's normally done.
Yeah, definitely.
And if I'd have
car building solutions,
they've hooked me right up with it in terms of what I bought for this.
It really is a godsend for all this kind of hobby stuff, because they do all these wicked bits of metal and plastics and stuff, don't they? So
yeah, 100%.
It's definitely an alternative, isn't it?
Yeah. And yeah, so that's not easy. It hasn't got to be really, really tight enough to pull it flat. And what it'll do is bolt all 3 sections, and you are your mother's brother, as they say.
Is that a little Allen key head on that, was it?
Yeah, what I'm saying is because it sits flat with the surface, it's countersunk,
nice.
Allen headed. Is that the right expression?
Hex headed?
Hex, maybe. I have the head of an Allen.
Allen. That's a lovely job.
Yeah. I'm pleased with how this bit of it turned out. In a minute, I've wasted so much time on something.
Clean as you go.
Yeah. I'm not normally one for that. I'm a scruffy oik normally. There's stuff, and actually most of the time in the shed there is stuff everywhere, but with this, because when you've got locos running around, you don't want them picking up the dust and whatever you can get in the motor.
Wow, you really are going for it.
Yeah.
Very impressed.
See that bit of wood there on the wall? Again, this is just... that is where the upper baseboard sits upon.
Yeah.
So, just...
Is this going to be inside a tunnel then or something?
Yeah, there's going to be a tunnel to just the other side of that post you can see at the top of the screen. So you won't see this, no. And actually, you're probably not going to see much of the back anyway, because it's, if you imagine it's coming up from behind the baseboard anyway.
Yeah.
You might if you opened the window and looked in. So if we're ever allowed to socialise in the future and you come round for a barbecue, you can look in the window.
Was that the model railway that you've been doing?
Yeah. And actually, you know what? At the end, it was sunny for a brief minute on yesterday, and I had the blind up. Kids were being nutty in the garden. Sunlight came in and it shone directly on the new bit of station I'm working on. It was real nice lighting effects. So there you go. Straight away, you can see straight as an arrow, and as if by luck, the overlap, I literally didn't measure it, it was luck. The overlap I left on the bit of alley at that end was perfect. It was literally the most flukiest thing I've ever done. But I thought about it, I should have measured that. Look at my glide rail there, do you like that?
That? Nice.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm liking it.
Hey, you're cussing my motions the other week. So, that still wasn't enough. It still didn't get the Duchess up there. So this is called PowerBase. It's from DCC Concepts. Essentially, it is a load of metal plates which go underneath the track, and then underneath the loco itself you have fixed a couple of brackets with magnets in, and what it does is pull the loco down.
Okay, so it's like a scale-electric type.
Yeah,
magnet,
that's the
but
theory
only
of
in
it.
that place it will work.
Yeah, with the metal under the
Yeah.
track. So that's the sections you get.
That's clever.
It is, but as we will see, I'm not. It wasn't straightforward for me, as perhaps you would like. Interestingly enough, I'm giving copy decks a try.
Copy decks.
Yeah.
Old school.
Yeah, it gave me a right headache. So use it in ventilated areas. It says
stuff that sort of smells like gone off fish. Still.
It does, yeah. Is that the sort of stuff that the hard lads at school used to whack in a bag and sniff? Is that the sort of glue?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, no. Wouldn't associate with that riff, right?
No, of course not.
Is it this? I don't know. It gave me a headache. I wouldn't want to put it in a bag and sniff it. I know that much.
We're not actually talking about sniffing glue.
No, we're not now. Well, clearly we'll stop because we don't approve it. These things cross your mind when you've been in a room with no ventilation. Do not recommend that, viewers. Always exercise health and safety.
Always have ventilation when using
Yes.
copy decks.
Yes.
And no, I don't think it was that they sniffed, just so you know.
No. Okay. It's a well done. Clearing of the nasal passage. So what you have to do with copy decks, different to normal, is you have to basically let it go touch dry.
Tacky.
Touch dry. It says, look, and this is time lapse. Literally
Wow.
like watching paint / glue dry.
Lovely.
It's mesmerising. It goes all of a sudden. You ready?
This is actual time lapse.
Yeah.
Wow.
You ready? Let's go in. I got impatient, to be fair, and just whacked it on.
It is actual time lapse,
Yeah.
isn't it? Fair play. What were you in? 20 minutes?
Yeah, about that. I got impatient towards the end.
So you glue the board and you glue the metal.
Yeah, and you let both surfaces go touch dry. And
I wouldn't
then
think it would work on metal, but I suppose as long as it adheres
do.
to
It says on the bottle you can use it for carpet, and I'm not sure I'd want to live in a house that the carpet's been put down with coffee decks, but that's what it says.
What was the other one? The prick stick.
The what?
Prick stick.
I don't think it's actually called that, Bob.
Prick stick.
Prick stick, yeah.
That's what I said. What did you think I said?
I don't know. Maybe I missed. So, just changing. We use a warped bit of ply
Some bricks.
and some bricks. Got plenty of bricks left over from the
Make sure
extension.
there's no spiders in there.
Oh, there probably were some leaves.
Spiders.
Just
Blech.
a bit of time holding it together. They've got handy little. I know you love watching me solder, so they've got handy little holes there for your dropper wires.
Right. Okay. Yeah, they thought of everything.
So if anything, the gaps between the plates are too big, but that's neither in or there.
I was just looking at the plates there, thinking should they not be
Doesn't
butted up?
at that point it doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't struggle there. So you just missed the again. I know you love it. The flux nail.
Oh, the legendary flux now.
Yeah.
I've ordered mine. Hasn't come yet.
Really? What length did you go for? Out of interest.
I went for 4.5 mil.
Galv?
45 mil.
45 mil.
Yeah.
Galv?
No, just
Non-galv.
rusty.
Oh, right, interesting. I look forward to seeing it. Perhaps I could have a lend of it.
Yours looks a bit bigger than mine.
Well. Yeah. Like there's that not Sealy but laser
Yeah.
soldering iron.
USB jobby.
Wallop straight in. I tell you what, this hobby I've perfected so many. I say well, perfected is the wrong word, but increased my ability in so many areas. Procrastinating is one of them.
Using copy decks is obviously up there as well.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I'm looking forward to the thing that's not right. Or have I missed that?
Well, no, because I didn't include it, but we can
right.
talk about it when we get closer to it.
Okay.
This is just showing you that, the process is you glue down the metal plates, then you glue down the track, or underlay if you're running underlay.
A rebar.
Not underlay, cork. But because this is non-scenic.
Will that work through the cork?
It will do.
Okay.
Well, it should do.
Quite a strong magnet then.
It should do. That's not magnet, that's just metal plate.
No, but the magnet...
They're called neo-magnets. I don't know what that means.
What?
Matey from
Matrix.
Matrix is all over that. I'm really struggling with them wires, and I'm also struggling with having the camera in the right place as well.
Lovely shot of the nail, though.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
I'd moved the camera because I realised that I was filming nothing. As you can see here, another support there for an upper baseboard. So we have...
Keeping the window open.
Keeping the drawer, because I had such a headache from the copy decks.
Why do you don't get a chill?
No chance of that. It's his...
Have you noticed now it is getting colder? Any movement in the rails, or has it stayed pretty constant in the shed?
The shed moves itself. It's a timber shed. Right, anyway, sorry to...
That's all right.
There is movement, yes. So underneath the loco, you have to affix...
It's a stand.
That is a stand, yeah.
Wow.
Underneath the loco, you have to affix the magnets. Now, you can use the packaging, bottom left-hand corner there, the magnets come in, you'll see one there. You can cut that out and screw that into the bottom, or you can buy from DCC Concepts these brass carriers in varying heights. Now, I spent 3 hours fannying about with these brass brackets.
Right.
First of all, I thought it would be clever and drill the hole out bigger and use the existing screws under there, blah, blah, blah. Then I'd done it, I spent ages doing it, mullered about 4 of them. Turns out they were too low, so the first set of points, it went round, it shorted out on the points. Right. Beep, beep, everything's beeping. Took that off, they all snapped apart. Put them together, I think they're 6mm, so it's probably now too high off of the deck.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, it didn't make any difference, and now what I did, as you see the loco there, it's got 2 magnets underneath. I mean, I spent 3 hours to get to that point. I was pretty unhappy with it, but that's probably me not reading the instructions and not doing it properly. But on forums and whatever, there's a kind of... People are saying it needs to be 1mm from rail height.
So not a lot.
It's very close on the
Especially
points.
if you've got ballast and things as well.
Very close on the points. That is probably 2mm from rail height, so I could probably afford to drop it down another mil, which I will do in the fullness of time. But by the end of this, I'm just like, I need to move on to something else that's giving me
Well, I'm bolting on. Can you not use yourself for decent tape?
What you get with the kit is tiny little self-tappers and a tiny little drill. They're literally 3mm, yeah.
Wow.
So
you forget how small these things are, I guess.
So as you can see, it's better up there, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it looks like it's chugging along.
It's still the problem I did.
Slowing down now.
Because around the corner at this point, I hadn't laid it under the track that goes around the corner.
Just a test bit.
Yeah.
Well, that looked much better.
So it is better, but going up the back straight, it does still struggle.
So you need to put some more down then.
Yeah, but no, I've put some down on the back straight bit as well. But, you know, it's a work in progress. So the jury's out on... That's basically what's involved. Well, because it's got
the gradient.
We've got to go up 180mm from one level to the other in a certain amount of space. So you can't really... so that was what I fannied about with for ages. This is our new little chromo thing.
Nice.
Really like...
You love playing about with this, you got good at it as well.
Getting there, haven't I?
I think good.
Yeah, getting there. Listen to that really like stirring. Oh, I want to subscribe to these boys. Do you know what I mean? I want to subscribe and we make it.
Do we?
So basically, guys, just give us a little subscribe.
Yeah, it would be very nice.
Why did you say that?
I don't know really. Just thought it might be reasonably cool.
Yeah. But no,
sometimes it's hard to make wiring and things comical, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So I mean, thanks to everyone that has subscribed. We keep saying it. And Bob, what I'd do here, rather than do it the other way around, I thought I'd throw in a bit more running for us to preamble to the end of this episode, because we are basically there. I've done lots here. I'm going to talk about that next time.
Are you?
Yeah.
I shall look forward to hearing you telling me tales of woe.
See, I've been starting to do some weathering on the...
I did spot that on one of the social media sites.
I made all this, like, walling in the background there and...
See, I noticed it on a social media site, not because you told me.
Well, I figured you'd be busy.
I wasn't busy.
In the Christmas period, feeding a pony or something. Sorry, walking a pony.
I think walk a pony, yes. Yeah. It was quite good fun. But
I've also dirtied up the side of the tracks.
Nice.
Was that 20 quid?
I really like these. I cut one of them up, didn't I?
Yeah.
Well, old.
Yeah, that's why I thought, you know what, Bobby would love this.
I didn't even know they existed until
No.
We got the model of one. I thought that's really cool.
I also need to spend more time filming with the SLR with the 50mm lens because I think it feels nicer in terms of what you see. So this is camera like the iPhone, but that's neither. It's a technical thing that doesn't need speaking about at this time.
The woes of making videos for people.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Are you happy now you got a station? Because
I'm getting happier.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm looking at that. I love that. Are you keeping those little glass things?
Yeah, they're shelters,
period correct for what?
Well, it's got no real period. Early 80s, they're about there, aren't they?
You need to put lots of little white dots everywhere.
Chewing gum.
Chewing gum and bird poo.
How do you do double O gauge chewing gum? Dobs. Do you know what I mean?
Literally on a cocktail stick.
I might have to do it with white tack so then I can move it.
That's getting there, isn't it?
Yeah, that's that. I finished the gradient thing as much as I had the patience to do, and then I was able to get on and do this. So it's really keeping me.
You're still enjoying it, though?
Yeah, it's keeping me jumping between things. I'm keen to make this look more, do more work on this because of kind of it's a. You can see it visually, and you take the pictures and put them on the Instagram and whatever. And
it's nice around that.
Yeah.
Gradient, doesn't it? It's nice.
So I'm keen to get cracking, but also I want to get on and do the upper level because I really wanted that line coming. Because that'll be track across the top of the screen there. Really keen to get that cracking. So
anyway, just how many 20 quid did you get over Christmas then?
2.
Just the 2?
Yeah, just 2. And actually, Bob, that's the end of this.
Oh. Well, thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah, thanks. And please do subscribe, get it in your box or whatever.
Do the notification thing.
Yeah, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Thanks for everything.
Bye then.
I think we finished.
I think so. Bye.
Thanks, bye. Love you, Mum.